Is how does one become an executive director of the bowl? I mean, what are the qualifications?
That's a good question because I still don't know the answer to that. um, it wasn't really something that I was pursuing. I was um, chief executive for 100 Black Women of Atlanta, and we actually ran a game, the Atlanta Football Classic, that featured Florida A&M and Tennessee State.
Okay.
And when ESPN was looking to launch the bowl game in Atlanta, um, you know, they reached out to me through the commissioner at that time to have a meeting with them.
Okay.
And so the conversation sort of led to to an offer to join ESPN. And I initially was a little hesitant, but just simply because I was enjoying what I was doing. But I enjoy building things, and I saw this really as a great opportunity to build something institutional for historically Black colleges and universities, HBCUs,
Okay.
and to put to work at putting us in a space where we aren't as it relates to being with the other bowl games. And although the Celebration Bowl was sort of a legacy of the Heritage Bowl, which was a legacy of the Pelican Bowl,
Okay.
that it was our desire to make sure we were able to institutionalize this in a way that 50 years from now, 100 years from now, that this game would be very, very viable and would certainly be functioning at a level beyond what anyone would imagine today.
Absolutely. And so in 2015, that was the first year the Celebration Bowl was correct. Um,
Correct.
how well you said ESPN, so who pitched it to ESPN? Did ESPN come to somebody or someone actually pitched it to them?
Dr. Dennis Thomas, who was the commissioner of the MEAC at that time,
Mhm.
approached ESPN with the idea to get engaged with the bowl game. It wasn't called the Celebration Bowl at the time; they had no name because
Okay.
the Heritage Bowl, which preceded that, had actually gone defunct. I think it was back in 1999, around that time, and so pitched the idea to ESPN, and it actually took 10 years after that for the MEAC chancellors and presidents to vote to approve giving up the automatic qualifier to go to the playoffs and
Okay.
actually go to the bowl game. So initially, again, it was his idea to pitch it to them. But as I tell people, there's a lot of great ideas out there that are in file cabinets and a lot some in the trash heap. But because it takes three things to actually put something together. It takes an idea,
Mhm.
then it takes someone to finance it, then it takes someone to build it. So it's a three-phase. So certainly applaud Dr. Thomas for the idea. And I applaud, ESPN stepping up and saying, hey, we had to finance this.
Mhm.
And then, we were fortunate that we were able to come in with our team and actually build it. And so that's why we have what we have today.
That's awesome. The first time that I actually came to the Celebration Bowl was in 2019, and she say sports was just taking off, and I was working with BJ Jones and Charles Bishop. They were showing me the ropes, and I was trying to get on Radio Row. I couldn't get there. Something was going on that they stopped it or whatever. But I was amazed at how it was just like for us. I had never seen that before, and
Mhm.
it was a beautiful thing. And you guys have done an amazing job, truly an amazing job.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Um, so, John, how does the Celebration Bowl continue to stay nimble in the era of television market share and ever-changing landscape? Simply put, how do fans define what is the growth of the Celebration Bowl?
That's a very good question. I like to, I always begin with the end in mind
Mhm.
when I'm looking at anything. And the ultimate goal for us was to build a Super Bowl, to build our Super Bowl.
I did want to talk a little bit about bowls, and people have asked questions about the Celebration Bowl in terms of the payout. What does that look like? Just to give you updates there, you're talking about $1.2 million payout in terms of the bowls that go to the conference. A percentage of that
SRP Park in North Augusta, South Carolina is the site for Game 2 of a doubleheader, the HBCU Baseball Classic presented by the Murphy Auto Group. Mike Murphy and his fine team here celebrating the success of HBCUs throughout the land with the special attention on our very own Paine College Lions, who were victorious in game number 1 by a final count of 9-3. A fantastic run it was for the Lions in that first game, as they did it with the help of an outstanding pitching performance by Hunter Justice, the freshman out of Augusta, Georgia. Got it done. We hope to have him visit us before we exit stage left. As I'm joined, of course, I'm Charles McNeil, joined by Roy Evans, and the first pitch of the game is over for call strike 1. The second pitcher to get a start here in this one is Emmanuel Martinez. He's a right-hander, sophomore, high-velocity pitcher. Coach said he brings the gas. That's a good indication of whether he's got stuff working or not. He also has a wonderful breaking ball that I know that you probably could knock out of the park based on that hitting prowess we heard about in the first game.
Like I said, just one pitch, man. One pitch and one hit, one swing.
You set the stage for the rest of your career.
That was it. Now,
Feared amongst men.
There you go. Now, actually, my son, though, was a great hitter. Oh, when he started playing baseball, started actually at 8 years old, and by the time we had finished his first season,
that's a seeing eye single.
Yeah.
Excuse me, swing, and line down there for the opening hit of game number 2 of this twin bill. As getting the single was number 12, and that is McCoy, the real McCoy coming through there.
What I was saying is my son, as he was playing his first season of baseball ever at 8 years old, he actually, by the end of the season, was playing with the 11-year-olds. The coaches could not believe that he had never played before and had moved him up to being able to handle everything with the 11-year-old kids playing.
That's awesome. Swung on and missed. That's Gaines, the hitter. Joseph Gaines, also from Augusta. So Voorhees out of Denmark, South Carolina, with players all over their lineup from Augusta.
You know, Charles, there is another HBCU. Oh, great.
That one is topped.
Put down.
He's got
bunt.
great speed.
Great bunt.
And no chance at all for the Paine College catcher. So trying to shake things up early on in this game. After the first hitter was unable to get anything going.
So as I was about to say, you know, in Denmark, South Carolina, there is another HBCU by the name of Denmark Tech. It's actually a 2-year institution. That's a technical college that is classified as an HBCU. I had not known that until a few years ago when they became a client of mine doing some different things.
That's right. So you had two schools right there in Denmark, South Carolina, the technical college, and Voorhees was a technical college for many years.
I did not know that.
Curveball taken inside. Actually, they called that one a strike, so no balls and one strike. And that was top right back up the middle. Diving play, the throw, one over the first, and he can't pull it out, and a run will score. And did they call him? And they get him at second. What a throw by the first baseman as he goes up the line, turns, and throws a rifle. So the run scored, that was McCoy. The runner at second was out on the fielder's choice off Sloan's bat, and then Sloan was thrown out by the first baseman trying to stretch it into two-bagger. So 2 outs in the inning, and that one is swung on and missed as the cleanup hitter is up in the person of Mr. Sharp.
And that was 2 runs that scored, correct?
No, only
Just
one.
All right.
Yeah, just McCoy. Swung on and missed. Actually, got a little piece of that one to foul it off. So no balls and 2 strikes to count to Sharp. Anthony Sharp, utility man who's born right here in North Augusta, South Carolina. Interesting when you look at the roster, because you and I had this conversation earlier. For those that aren't familiar with this area, as that one's fouled straight back toward us and out of play. The North Augusta, when you hear Augusta, you think of the Masters, one of the first things, or you think of James Brown, usually one of the first 2 things that come to mind. And then after that, you hear the name North Augusta, you're thinking, okay, that must be the northern part of Augusta, Georgia. But it's actually in South Carolina, just across the Savannah River. And this young man on the Voorhees roster is listed as Anthony Sharp from North Augusta, Georgia. Not the first time I've seen that over the years, as that one's lifted toward right, but playable. And the inning is over. So we played a half inning as the right fielder makes the grab to retire the side. But in the inning, Voorhees gets first blood as they score on a fielder's choice grounder. And we played a half an inning, and it's Voorhees with a 1-0 lead on the Black College Sports Network.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing, we've got your taxes. Intuit, TurboTax Live.
T. Madden and Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden and Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients.
Call T. Madden and Associates at 833-PAID-123. That's 833-PAID-123.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one outpizzas the Hut.
It's like a loop machine.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Verizon just gave us all a brand new iPhone 13.
We've been customers for years.
I thought new phones were for new customers.
We got iPhone 13s too, switched to Verizon 2 minutes ago.
Ours were busted, and we still got a shiny new one.
Check it out. So wait, everybody gets the same great deal.
I think that's the point.
iPhone 13 on us for every customer. Current, new, everyone. On any unlimited plan, starting at just $35. All on the network more people rely on.
All right. We're all set and ready to go. The bottom half of the first inning. Paine College, leadoff hitter for the game 2 of this twin bill, hits one down towards short, holds the bat in his hand because he realizes he didn't have a chance against the talented shortstop of Voorhees. One up and one down. That's Daza. So Daza in game number 1 had a couple of hits and a couple of RBIs, but retired by the starter in game 2, which is Anthony Sharp, utility infielder. We were just talking about him from North Augusta. He's our starting pitcher in game 2 of this twin bill. Christopher got the start in game 1. The second place hitter in the order is Williams. Chris Williams. He was the center fielder, suffered an injury of some sort, but good to see he's back and able to play in game 2. Only played the first couple of innings before being pulled out of the game. We were really concerned about him.
Okay, great to see he's back out there.
Look at those cleats. He's blinging out there. As he pops that one foul and out of play into the stands. Two balls and two strikes, as that one is just missed. Sharp winds and fires. And that's drilled down toward first. Bobbled by the first baseman. He scoops it, and Sharp is over there to cover. So there he uses some of those infielding skills.
Yeah.
And from game 1 to make a solid play and get the second runner in the inning. So Williams is retired on the ground out.
You know, Charles, that's one of the things that I'll never forget. One of my coaches, I actually played second base when I played baseball, and I was a number 3 pitcher, as I like to say. And one of the things that our pitching coach, always talked to us about was don't try to strike everybody out. It's like you've got a defense, you've got players and teammates behind you. Let them put the ball in play, because it makes it a lot easier to get these outs when the ball's in play.
That makes perfect sense. Just give it to them in a position where they can't take a ride with the baseball.
Yeah.
Give it a ride, and you'll be okay. As the infield at normal depth, that one is outside. First inside, then outside from Sharp. This batter is Dominic Page, third place hitter in the order. And an RBI and a single. Struck out as well. In game number 1, Paine College coming in with a 3-1 record. They began the series having won 2 straight. So similar to what we saw on the basketball floor last night, the team had come in with a win streak and extended that by virtue of the win over Voorhees, which was a nip and tuck affair. Kirby Marshall, the third base coach, the head coach of the baseball team down there, and also the head coach of the basketball program, Spent some time with him this morning. A chance to talk with him. You did as well. In his 12th season here at Paine, second year with the basketball program. He said he hopes that this experience, the experience that they had here last year, would benefit them. It certainly did in Game 1, as the guys performed extremely well to a tune of 11 hits and 9 runs. They've got a base runner here, as Page worked out a walk from Sharp. Familiarity breeds success for the Lions in Game 1. For Voorhees, their success meant contempt. As that curveball is over. The cleanup hitter is Malone. Joel Malone. That one is rocked out toward left. Solid single. Throw goes in to third. They'll throw it back. That was dangerous right there. Really no need to throw it back. The runner was safely back there. The second baseman took it on the chest. Keep it in front of him. So runners at first and second. As Malone gets the single. Advancing Page to second. Well, Alejandro Fernandez. Fernandez ground out, flied out, and got on board by way of a base on balls. Also scored a run.
Right now they're hoping he can get out of this inning, leaving these two on base.
That one fouled back on the roof of SRP Park. This game brought to you in part by Sanford Lloyd, CPA, PC. I want to thank him for his fine support of Lions Athletics. If you need someone to work with you in your business, he's your man. As that one is lifted into left center field, way back, going, gone, goodbye. The Lions say you have to get a new ball because that one is gone.
His teammates line up there.
Alejandro, he's your man. As that one is lifted into left center field, way back, going,
coming around,
gone, goodbye.
There it is.
He's your man.
Going out.
That one is
shot
lifted
all the way
into
out there.
left center field, way back, going, shot, gone, goodbye. The Jack puts the Lions out in front. So in Game 1, the Lions had to wait to the bottom of the third inning to get on the board. They played at 3 in that inning. This time they do it at the top of the first, or bottom of the first, that is. Their first at bat. As that brings up. And there's another one. That one is deep, and you can see you later. The Paine College Lions are blasting the ball out of the park off Mr. Sharp. Raul Guerrero. The baseball said no mas on that one.
2 back-to-back bombs. And where we were just saying he could get out of this inning, leaving batters on the bases, he gives up 4 runs.
So the solo shot by by Guerrero. And the 2-run shot by Fernandez. Paine College with a 4-0 lead. 4-1 lead, that is. That one is smashed out towards second. Easy play. And that will retire the side. But in the inning, the Lions rocking it with 3 hits. And 2 runs. Make that 3-run score by way of home runs by Guerrero and Fernandez. And they lead it after 1. The Lions 3. The Tigers 1. This is the 2nd annual HBCU Baseball Classic from SRP Park on the Black College Sports Network.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
Pick something we all like. Okay, hold on.
What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password? Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable.
That's a really tight spot.
Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you, all of you.
It's like a loop machine.
No, we only need 1 per game. Back inside the SRP Park, North Augusta, South Carolina, just across the Savannah River. And now it's time to meet the Student Athlete of the Week. Sanford Lloyd, Certified Public Accountant, PC, provides this for you. Jacoby Williams, the sophomore sensation, the guard for the men's basketball program. He was huge down the stretch in their victory over Voorhees last night. He is our Student Athlete of the Week. Thanks again to Sanford Lloyd, strong Lions supporter. And again, we encourage you, if you have a business and you need a CPA, or if you're getting your family's taxes together, see our friends at Sanford Lloyd and let them know Charles and Roy sent you. 4-1 score, 4 across in that opening inning for the Lions. Page, Malone, Fernandez, Guerrero all touched the home plate, as the Lions with a 4-1 lead. And they get ready for this, the top of the second, 1-1 count. Deliberate is the pitcher as he throws that one high and inside. As he works against number 28 now. That is Ramos. Michael Ramos out of Miami, Florida. Your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
That one inside, just missed. And
they don't list as high school, do they?
No, they don't have that much detail here. Oh, that was where the last pitch was.
Yeah.
Called a strike this time as he looked with a little bit of amusement. So it's a full count, 3-2 to leadoff hitter here in the second inning. The pitch pops straight back and out of play, stays alive. Does Ramos. 3-2, and that just missed. And I think that was a cross-up between the pitcher and the catcher, as the catcher here in game number 2 looked over and said, hey, I think that was not the pitch I called. And Emmanuel Martinez agreed. Looks like we still have Alejandro Fernandez behind the dish. He did a masterful job in that first game of managing Hunter Justice.
You know, Charles, we were talking about these apartments that are across or behind the baseball park. And, you know, you look at it, it's like that was an amazing idea of whoever came up with that as baseball fans, because you can imagine that those go for premium for baseball fans.
You better believe it.
Be able to have it and sit in your living room and look out on your patio and watch baseball.
Yeah, I remember quite a long time ago when they were developing this park, and this was one of the first things that was built, was that apartment community, and we waited and they were never occupied. And we went into that first season, and I don't think it was finished. I think there were some issues with the construction process there, but they finally got it done. It now looks perfect. Like you said, set right outside the left field wall as that one's drilled towards center, and it'll fall in for a single. Making the stop there at second base. The base runner. So, base on balls, and now a single. That will bring up Johnson. So Palmer at first, Ramos at second for Jaden Johnson. Center fielder. Just off the plate. So we touched on our second game started. Emmanuel Martinez is finding some difficulty. He definitely has a really strong velocity fastball. Super quick as he delivers. As that one's over. Took his time with that one. And when we talked with Coach Kirby Marshall, he said when he's on, he's on. But when he's off,
not.
He's definitely not. Things could get ugly. He's got a 3-run cushion. So runner takes the lead off second. And the pitcher throws that one. It just missed.
That's interesting. That one looked pretty good to me.
So 2 balls and 1 strike, nobody out. Tigers at first and second. Lions leading this one 4-1. We're in the top of the second inning. The pitch. Swung through. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. From the stretch, the pitch is high, and now we got a full count. The tying run is at the plate with nobody out. And Johnson, the hitter. 7th place hitter in the order. Swung through and missed, and he struck him out. First strikeout for Martinez, the sophomore, and the first out of the inning. Brings up the second baseman, That's A.J. James. Aguilar James. Another of the Augusta products. I went outside. He faked the throw down to first. James struck out twice. Coach Marshall, like many of the coaches, have a lot of interesting expressions. He said, he tells his team all the time, in this sport, the offense doesn't have the ball in their hand. So in order to score, you got to make things happen. He says it's the only sport in which the offense doesn't have the ball in their hand.
That's interesting. You're right. I don't think I've ever thought about that.
So you got to make things happen with your stick. He was the GCAC coach at Edward Waters, won 2 baseball conference titles. Runner-up in the SIAC in his first year at Paine, lost to Stillman. So when Stillman had that terrific run in the SIAC. A 3-sport athlete for Coach Marshall from JV, or the junior high school ranks. He played football, baseball, and basketball through a high school, from junior high to high school and into college. A 3-sport athlete, 2-sport Hall of Famer from Shaw University in '92. He's a pitcher and a shooting guard. And one of the interesting notes for Coach when we were talking with him, once owned a barber shop.
Okay.
So I could easily see the guys, baseball's a slow-moving game.
Yeah.
In between games, he might be able to get you a fresh cut.
Right. Tighten the line up a little bit.
That's it. Yep. If nothing else, right, get your line tightened up.
So that was a strikeout.
Yeah.
And Charles, you missed it while you were giving that information. So we've got a group of folks next to us in the suite over here to our right, and that last fouled off pitch literally came right into the window.
Oh my goodness.
And had people ducking.
That's why I said this. I kept my bulletproof glass down all throughout the game. You still have yours wide open, getting the fresh air.
Just makes it a little easier to see. Living dangerously on the edge.
No doubt. First and second. Martinez tries to get it past him. The 9th place hitter in the order is Johnson. Struck out his first 2 hitters after the base on ball and single opened up the inning. So Jaden Johnson at the plate. An 0-1 count to him. That one's taken high. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Manuel Martinez toes the rubber. Now kicks and fires. And that hits him. He did not move an inch. Took that one right off the bicep. And Johnson will go down on a hit by pitch. That'll advance the runner Ramos to third and Palmer to second. Bases are full of Tigers. Tying run is at first. The go-ahead run is at the plate. And the leadoff hitter, McCoy. Second time around in the order. McCoy scored the lone run for the Tigers in that top half of the first inning. Now they throw back. They think they got him. No. Good throw down there. I like the play of the catcher, Alejandro Fernandez. Snap throw nearly got his man. That one is fisted. So both teams with 3 hits in the game thus far. The Lions with 1 error, 4 across. Voorhees 3 hits and 1 across, but an opportunity to cut into their deficit. They trail 4-1, and the pitch. And that hits them, and that will score a run. So McCoy, hit by pitch, advances down to first. And scoring on the plate is Ramos with the second run of the game.
It's not what they were looking for right then. He was 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning.
Now drafting Tigers, third baseman number 4, Joseph Gaines.
That brings up Joe Gaines.
I would say instead of getting out of the inning, he gives up a run.
Martinez. Off-speed pitch there. That might be his slider. You know, you got to speed things up when you're preparing to throw against a pitcher who throws it clocks higher than 90 miles an hour. That one just missed. Count evens at 1-1 with 2 men gone. So they have scored this run with only 1 single, 1 hit in the inning. Back-to-back hit by pitches. The pitch. That is low. And now we got to take a timeout. As Emmanuel Martinez is out of his rhythm, Roy.
Yeah, he looks to be pressing a little bit right now. And I think that's kind of what, you know, the infield wants to come in and talk to him about, you know, just kind of settle him down. Let him know it's like, hey, man, we got this. Just go ahead and let's just get out of this inning. You know, again, give him something to hit. Don't let him rocket it, but, you know, put it across, put it in the area where he can get a nice piece of bat on it and let us do our jobs.
Yeah, we've already seen this young man use his bat pretty well. Got to be mindful of that. So try to keep the ball, if you can, on the inside edge of the plate and make it interesting enough that Gaines wants to go after it. So a 3-1 count with 2 men gone. An opportunity to get out of the inning or extend it for Martinez. Full windup and the pitch. Just got a piece of that one. Fouled off behind the plate and out of play. The umpire asked for that one back. So a full count. Runners will be moving. One across in the inning. Cuts the deficit in half. The pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out.
With a whiff.
So Gaines strikes out to end the inning. But in the inning, they plated 1 run on 1 hit. There were 2 base on balls and 3 strikeouts in the inning. So he struck out the side, but it took a little bit to get there. So congratulations goes out to Emmanuel Martinez, the right-handed sophomore for the Lions. And the Lions will head to their half of the second inning with a 4-2 lead.
Charmin Ultra Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember they can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft.
Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. Sorry.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more, but it's so absorbent, you can use less, so it's always worth it.
Now, what did we learn about using less?
You gotta roll it back, everybody.
We all go, why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
It's like a loop machine.
Hello and welcome back to SRP Park here in North Augusta, South Carolina, that it took me about 15 minutes to really understand that I was actually in a completely different city in a different state, not being from the area. And joining Charles McNeil, I am Roy Evans. Charles McDaddy McNeil.
Yeah.
I am Roy Evans. You are tuned in to the Black College Sports Network. We are here for the second annual HBCU Baseball Classic featuring Paine College. It looks like we...
Yeah, Paine College and Voorhees locked up in this one. Bottom of the second inning. The Lions with a 4-2 advantage. And on the bump. As Alexander comes up to the plate for a Paine. Ray Alexander, the hitter. That one missed. He had a base on balls and a run scored. Flied out and was out by way of a fielder's choice. His first time up in game number 1. That one is over. Anthony Sharp on the hill for Voorhees. You look at the Voorhees roster. There's 15 freshmen, it appears. They got their lineup set up here. Doing a quick count, it looks like 15 freshmen, 4 or 5 sophomores Only one senior in the active roster.
Oh, wow.
For Paine, mostly sophomores, with 3 juniors and a freshman. They lost 4 seniors off of last year's team. Coach talked about the fact that they, as he works out a walk here, talked about the fact that they, were coming off a pandemic. They had 2 seasons without sports at Paine, so it was a lot going on, and he wanted to make sure that the seniors who played in last year's team, the 22 team, got a chance to play in every game and allowed the youngsters to watch them work through some things to kind of set them up for what is now an opportunity to really shine on, on a stage like this.
Most definitely, Charles. Getting those opportunities, a lot of athletes took those COVID years, as they were called, to be able to come back and extend their college careers out.
Vladimir Lamos, the hitter. Second baseman, playing in the second game. He's a sophomore out of the Dominican Republic.
Now, number 7 for Voorhees. That is not the North Augusta native.
That is the starter. You're saying that's not him?
Oh, great catch there.
But he don't have a have a play. They'll throw it down there. Now wait a minute. He's got to get back to first. He's got to get there, and he.
Okay.
All right. So it goes to the infield umpire as to whether that was a safe play. If so, one of those guys is out.
Well, you figure the first player would be out because he caught the ball in the air.
I don't know if we can see that. Yeah, if the catch was actually...
Yeah, the catch was actually made. He caught the ball.
So it was the exchange in which he dropped the ball. So if that's the case, then the base runner is out. And now they'll have to have a conversation. So let's take you back there. The play was made where it was a catch. If on the transfer of the catch, that means once the catch is made, the batter is out. On the transfer, if there's a drop, then the runner can move at their own discretion, meaning the runner at first could leave the base, but he's not compelled to leave it because there's not a force play. So what they tried to do, I think, was fake the funk, so to speak, make them think that it wasn't a clean play, and then that way they could get the force at second and the runner at first because the hitter thought otherwise.
I believe they are saying that the runner who was on first is still safe because he, like you said, he did not have to run at that point.
Yep. So Alexander is on safely at first. Vladimir.
And we were saying, I thought number 6 was the original starter for the game for Voorhees. That's the young man who's from North Augusta.
Yeah, let me go back through my roster here. Let's start from the top. So Sharp was the young man that I called as the starter. That was number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7 is pitching here. It's Coach O'Neill for Voorhees. We hadn't mentioned his name as yet, but Pedro Rios, number 7. The guy on the hill. So yeah, probably after giving up those 4 runs, Sharp was just not that. And so they pulled him out and replaced him. Gotta have your head on a swivel. As it appears as if we've got a pinch runner. Wait a minute. And now Coach O'Neill not happy with things.
Are they still having the discussion about the last play?
First base coach come in and explain the cause and what they were trying to deal with as Coach Marshall now will walk over and talk about the shortstop. Coach Marshall, deliberate in his steps as he makes his way back to third. So as we sorted everything out, there's one out. There's 2-0 count. Coach Marshall just about in position. And now the pitcher will wind and fire. Gets the first strike there. As we're back to the top of the order in Daza. Denny Daza grounded out to shortstop the first time up. Sharply hit ground ball. Fastball, that's over.
Painted the outside corner on that one.
That one taken inside for ball 4. So Daza worked out a walk. So he's aboard. They'll advance the runner down to second.
Out to the line, center fielder number 18, Chris Williams.
And Chris Williams will step in. He grounded out to first base the first time up. So again, you hear this walk-up music for Chris Williams. It brings to mind, and I saw you bopping your head. What would be your walk-up music?
Actually, I didn't really hear it, but, you know, if I was to have walk-up music at this point, I would probably have to do something by Rakim. I'm just a big Rakim fan.
Okay. So I know you got soul.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Let the Rhythm Hit Him.
Okay.
You know, as a baseball reference, or get it in there. So either that or that first stanza of the Luke Cage theme that they did for the TV series.
Got it.
That I like that intro.
First two pitches missed. So 2-0 count with runners at first and second. Chris Williams. Curveball catches the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 man out for Williams. Voorhees with 1 across in the top of the inning. Paine would like to lengthen that lead. They have every opportunity to do so here. Outfielder shading a little bit toward left field. That missed 3-2. So a full count with 1 man gone. Runners will hold their position as the shortstop inching in behind the runner at second. And the pitch. That just missed for ball 4.
Loading the bases.
Williams loads the bases. Sending Daza down to second. Dominic Page, the hitter. Five-tool player, speed, and he slaps that one just foul and out of play. That would have been trouble for the Tigers.
Yeah, that would have cleared the bases.
Dominic Paige, the sophomore. Coach said he has a rifle as an arm. Major League Baseball body, 5 tools. Speed, hits, then hits for power, strong arm, and an excellent defensive player. Great baseball IQ for Dominic Paige, the hitter. With the bases loaded, fouled back. He's down the count, 0-2. 1 out. Pedro Rios on the bump. The pitch taken high and tight. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Peering in for the sign. The 1-2 delivery. Struck him out. So Dominic Paige caught looking. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Malone. Joel Malone, the catcher. Popped up down the right field line, but it's out of play. It heads toward the picnic patio down the line there. Got a 4-2 score. Bottom of the 2nd inning. 2nd game of a doubleheader. In game 1, Paine College handling their business as they scored early and often in that one. Jumped out to a 5-0 lead before the Tigers climbed back to make it 5-3 and then added 4 more to walk away with a 9-3 victory. As that one is swung on and missed by Malone. Malone had a strikeout. He doubled and then later scored in the game. The pitch swung on and missed, and that's strike 3 to retire the side. So Pedro Rios gets out of the inning, the sophomore out of Charleston, and in the inning, the Lions had an opportunity but couldn't cash in. 3 base on balls, but they got out of the inning with a pair of strikeouts to close things out by Rios. We played 2 complete at SRP Park in North Augusta. Paine College leads this one by a score of 4-2. This is Paine College Baseball, the HBCU Baseball Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
HBCUs, there's no limit to who we can be. Black and inspired and thriving. Black and magnetic and sing. From the classrooms to the quad, our passion is our purpose. We are leaders and legacy. So when you look at what we accomplish next, you'll know where it started. For who you are and who you want to be, we're here.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit. TurboTax Live.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one outpizzas the Hut.
It's like a loop machine.
When you work in IT, complaints are part of the job.
Bill says the coffee's weak today.
But since CDW helped us switch to Mac, everyone's happier. Dan from finance likes getting performance without a big price tag. Phoebe digs the power of the Apple M1 chip. Mac is easy to manage, compatible with all our apps, and came pre-configured by CDW. Now we're even getting compliments.
That was Bill again, says he loves his new Mac. He's right about the coffee.
Hey, babe, meet us at the bottom of the trail.
Oh, man.
Hey.
Open up. The redesigned Chevy Silverado with a sophisticated high-tech interior.
Open the door.
It's easy to forget it's a truck.
Thanks.
Nice truck.
It was.
Find new style. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Back inside SRP Park. This is North Augusta, South Carolina. And Voorhees trailing in this one by a score of 4-2. We're in the top of the third inning. Emmanuel Martinez still on the hill for Paine. He works this inning against Sloan, Sharp, and Ramos, the scheduled hitters for Coach O'Neill. Sloan with the fielder's choice. Tried to stretch it into a double. It was nailed as he hits that one, a solid shot to second. Scooped up there on one hop and a perfect throw to get his man. Joshua Cruz, the second baseman in game number 1, making things happen, and such is the case here. Cruz with that solid glove. Punched foul. Chasing. The first baseman runs out of real estate. Sharp takes one over on his back. He was the starting pitcher in game 2.
Now that's the Tigers' first baseman of the week, Michael Ramos.
Hit by a pitch is Sharp, and that'll bring up Ramos. Now the snap throw. Joel Malone with it cleanly. Martinez missed outside. Two balls, no strikes, runner at first. One man gone. You're in the top of the third inning. 4-2 is your score. The pitch. Fouled that one off at the plate, and that took a piece of the catcher. Right off his left hand. The glove hand. And as a former catcher myself, I know how that feels. In all likelihood, hit right there where you put your hand into the glove. That's the only place where there's no protection on the back side of your hand. Of course, that bony portion of your hand as well. You take a shot off of that, you You might need some ethyl chloride.
Now, Charles, I am going to ask. What is ethyl chloride?
I had a feeling you might ask me that. We'll talk about it after this pitch. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 man gone. Runner at first, the pitch. That's over for a call strike 2. So the count is full. For you new school fans, you may not be familiar with ethyl chloride and know you're younger than I am, but that's the stuff that they would come out and spray on the back of your hand. It kind of is a numbing agent. And,
okay.
It gave you a little bit extra, feeling. That it hurt like the dickens later on in the day, but you can get through the game. As that one, I think, is catcher interference. Yeah, that's catcher interference called, which will allow the runner to go down to first base. I think the batter swung and actually hit the catcher's glove. Both catchers I've noticed in this game have done that. They've kind of tried to cheat and get a strike by reaching out and grabbing the ball before the batter could hit it. Again, the game of baseball has changed a lot since the Stone Ages when I played. But when back in the old days, you would actually sit back and wait for the ball. You'd paint that plate, let the umpire get a good look at it, and wait for the ball to come to you. But I've noticed both in the majors and obviously in this collegiate era of ball that the catchers will reach out just a little bit if they think that the batter's going to lay off of it, and they want to make sure the umpire sees it before it makes that turn and gets out of the zone. And in that particular instance, it was Fernandez who suffered the blow. So they'll give him a little time as timeout was called to work through things. And yes, we'll have to make a call to the medical college, which is right across the street from Paine College, and get over there and get some ethyl chloride.
There you go. Something new for me.
Coach Marshall knows all about ethyl chloride. Thought that was one of my former dates, didn't you?
Well, maybe not thinking that, Charles. Maybe not thinking that. Yeah. But when you did say ethyl, maybe that did. So let me stop. Yeah.
You're supposed to play along. It's TV, The 1-0 pitch is a 1 ball, no strikes. Runners at first and second by virtue of the opportunity that was given. And that's grounded. That's a double play ball. He got 1 over to first.
Oh, no.
And he got the double play.
Ooh.
And let's see if we have any disagreement on the part of the Tigers. Doesn't look like we're going to get one.
They didn't. I'm curious to that one, though, Charles.
Yeah.
I think I want to, let's see. That was kind of close there.
We got out of a jam. He got 1
that
over
looks,
the first.
I don't know.
And he got that double play.
Yeah, we'll run that back.
And it's grounded. That's you see the ground ball, easy play at second. Then the first throw. Wow. And he got the double bang play.
Ooh. Yeah, it is, but
it's not bang bang Wednesday. Wow.
That's one of those we're looking at down on our end. Made it look like it might have been a.
Talked to the Paine College team. Said he had them all the way. And apparently the Tigers had a better vantage point. Their dugout is right there on the first base line. They did not have any argument at all. So the Lions get out of the inning. So the couple of runners got on, and they had them in excellent position. But they get out of the inning thanks to a ground out, a double play. And Palmer was retired, and so were the Tigers. So we have played 2.5 innings right here. We're going to keep it right here as we're about to start the bottom half of the inning. And let's see if we've got The same pitcher is still working. He is. So Rios still on the hill for Voorhees, the Tigers pitcher. We're just talking about folks making their way over to get some ethyl chloride. And the emergency ambulance comes flying by. In case you've not been to Augusta, I certainly encourage you to come for the Masters. A tradition unlike any other, and just up the road from Paine College, you can visit our historic HBCU, Christian Methodist Episcopal affiliation.
You know, I've never been to the Masters.
Yeah, it is. It's you know, you like Augusta, I know, because you've been here so often over these last several months. But the Masters is, as they say, a tradition unlike any other. It really puts you on the mind that you're not in Augusta. This will be my 25th or 26th Masters coming up, and this one's fouled back toward us. Roy, get your glove ready and out of play. But
I probably need more ethyl chloride than gloves. So.
I'll give you her number. But no, you go inside those grounds, and it's like a unique experience. You know, whether you like golf, don't like golf, could care less, you'll be thrilled by the experience of being there, because it's just, you know, nature at its purest. As that's a strikeout for the leadoff hitter in this inning.
Now got the line. DH from 21, Raul Guerrero.
So 3 consecutive strikeouts by Rios brings up Guerrero, the designated hitter. He had a home run his last time up, and he's maxed that one to short. Easy play. Ground out to short. Retires Guerrero. So Fernandez, who hit a bomb, and Guerrero, who hit back-to-back bombs, retired 1-2, as now Ray Alexander comes to the plate. Like that Cruz coming in. I know on my scorecard when I was counting them up, I was like, I only have 8 guys here. I think after the 2 home runs, I missed Cruz's at bat. I was still out there looking for the balls over the wall. So Cruz, the left-hander. Open stance. So he takes that one away. Quickly, he's ahead of the count. 3 balls and no strikes. Coach loves him because he gets the ball in play. Contact hitter. Sprays it around. He's comfortable placing him anywhere in the lineup.
There was a strike somewhere in there that I missed.
So 3 balls and 1 strike is the count. The pitch. Topped down toward first. Routine play as he pulls it in to retire the side. So 3 up and 3 down for the Lions. 2 groundouts along the way as well. Fernandez with a strikeout, and Rios retires the Lions. So a clean inning for him, his 2nd consecutive at the end of 3 innings of play in the 2nd annual HBCU Baseball Classic. It is Paine College 4 and the Tigers of Voorhees 2.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing, we've got your taxes. Intuit, TurboTax Live.
T. Madden and Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden and Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients. Call T. Madden and Associates at 833-PAID-123. That's 833-PAID-123.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
During the break, we were talking about our walk-up music, and I was telling Roy that Return to the Mac would have to be mine. Roy said he would have a playlist of songs every at bat, depending on his mood. He would signal up to the DJ. Play that track.
There you go. Got to give me some different motivation each time at bat.
Each at bat, yep.
And sprinkle a little reggae in there, some Sean Paul maybe.
Mm-hmm. The Tigers lead off the inning. Trying to get something going. As Johnson struck out his first time up. Hits that one towards short. Low line drive and pulled in by the shortstop to retire him. Tenny Daza with the defensive play there.
Now back to the Tigers, second baseman number 13, Acura Paine.
And A.J. James, the hitter. Fisted down toward third and out of play. Your Lions pitcher continues on as Emmanuel Martinez, the right-handed sophomore. Got control of things after giving up one in the first and one in the second. That one is over for a call, strike two. So no balls and two strikes as the hitter looked back with amazement at that call. Thought it was a little high. The neon bat. He swings through that one. And no doubt, that's a K for Martinez.
You know, one of the things I'm noticing here, Charles, is that normally as we get deeper into some of these games, the pitching, you know, the second part of a doubleheader, the pitching tends to fall off some of these guys seem to be getting stronger.
That one's fouled right back. I thought we did have a souvenir that time.
Yeah, because it was coming directly this way.
Yeah, there's no doubt. That one was, we've had a couple over our heads that hit the roof, but that one literally another foot and a half higher, and it was coming right into Roy's window. So my broadcast partner quickly identifies the hazard.
Yeah.
Lessens the threat.
Yeah, that had to be a real tight one to get in through here. So
yeah. So Jaden Johnson at the plate, down the count 0-2 with 2 men gone. The pitch popped up a mile high, headed toward right field, short right field, and the first baseman has it to retire the side. So in the inning, 3 up and 3 down, as Paine continues to hold on to a 2-run lead. They're up 4-2 at the end of 3.5 innings. This is Paine College Baseball, the HBCU Baseball Classic from SRP Park on Black College Sports Network.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, Let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Verizon just gave us all a brand new iPhone 13.
We've been customers for years. I thought new phones were for new customers. We got iPhone 13s too, switched to Verizon 2 minutes ago.
Ours were busted, and we still got a shiny new one.
Check it out. So wait, everybody gets the same great deal.
I think that's the point.
iPhone 13 on us for every customer. Current, new, everyone. On any unlimited plan, starting at just $35. All on the network more people rely on.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
A legacy of the Heritage Bowl, which was a legacy of the Pelican Bowl. That it was our desire to make sure we were able to institutionalize this in a way that, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, that that this game would be very, very viable and would certainly be functioning at a level beyond what anyone would imagine today.
Absolutely. And so in 2015, that was the first year the Celebration Bowl was correct?
Correct.
How did, well, you said ESPN, so who pitched it to ESPN? Did ESPN come to somebody or someone actually pitched it to them?
Well, Dr. Dennis Thomas, who was the commissioner of the MEAC at that time, approached ESPN with the idea to get engaged with the bowl game. It wasn't called the Celebration Bowl at the time; they had no name, because the Heritage Bowl, which preceded that, had actually gone defunct. I think it was back in 1999, around that time, and so pitched the idea to ESPN, and it actually took 10 years after that for the MEAC chancellors and presidents to vote to approve giving up the automatic qualifier to go to the playoffs and actually go to the bowl game. So initially, again, it was his idea to pitch it to them, but as I tell people, three-phase. So certainly applaud Dr. Thomas for the idea.
We had a pass ball that got by the catcher, and as a result, Ray Alexander moves on down to second base. He got on board by way of a solid single out to right field. Vlad Lamos at the plate. Left-handed hitter. Takes that one high. 3 balls and no strikes. To the Lions' 8th place hitter. Correction, 9th place hitter. And that miss means that first base that was unoccupied is now occupied by Lamos as he draws the base on balls, and Alexander holds at second. So that brings up the shortstop, Denny Daza. He grounded out the short. Was able to get on base his second time up by way of a base on balls, advanced to second, but was left stranded there. For Daza, right-handed hitter. They're playing him pretty much straight away in the outfield. That one is over for a call. Strike one. Rios, the pitcher, kicks and delivers. That went inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. It was 68 degrees when we started this doubleheader. Temperatures expected to dip into the mid-50s at the conclusion, as that one is fouled back. And once again, our baseball players who had gotten so many souvenirs early on in this game recruited some of their friends now, and they're actually now picking up those loose balls. That's got to be about the 8th or 9th ball in this doubleheader that's gone in that exact same spot. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. That one hit late up against the net and out of play. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to Denny Daza. He's turned a couple of nice double plays in this game, in this 2-game set. This is the HBCU Baseball Classic presented by the Murphy Auto Group, as that one's fouled back and out of play. I'm Charles McNeil with Roy Evans here at SRP Park. Home to the Augusta Green Jackets. They used to play at Green Jacket Stadium right off Lake Olmsted. Catcher off the plate, as that one thrown right where his glove was, but outside. Wanted to see if Daza would go fishing. Good bat control as he holds off on that one. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 men on and no men out. Rios winds and delivers. Hit a line shot toward the second baseman, who comes up with it and throws over to first for a double play. So Williams
Now back to the line, center fielder number 18, Chris Williams.
will come up to the plate. So line out double play by Daza. Retires Lamos at first. Alexander, the lone base runner, but in scoring position at second. Chris Williams, tremendous speed. Hopes to showcase it here as he swings through the pitch. And we're even at 1-1. 2 men out. Runner at second for the Lions, who lead this one 4-2. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Second game of our doubleheader. The pitch. That is line towards second. He drops it, and this is where he will showcase his speed. Turning and holding, but the runner will also showcase his speed, rounding third and scoring the run to give the Lions a 5-2 lead. Ray Alexander showing off the afterburners. And a solid single and an RBI for Chris Williams. That one taken high. As Dominic Page is the hitter. That one missed. So 2 balls and no strikes. Since Rios for a little stroll. Operating from the stretch. The pitch. That's on the outside edge. So 2 outs in the inning. The right-hander delivers that one over. It's 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 base on balls for Dominic Page. Bat sits on his shoulders. Now he sets himself up. The pitch. And that is on the outside corner for a call, strike 3. So Rios strikes out Page to retire the side, but in the inning, the Lions score 1 more run, and they've added to their advantage. They now lead it by a score of 5-2. This is the 2nd annual HBCU Baseball Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
Charmin Ultra Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember. They can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft. Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. Sorry.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more, but it's so absorbent, you can use less, so it's always worth it.
Now, what did we learn about using less?
You gotta roll it back, everybody.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
And the Black College World Series in May. Looking forward to that. Montgomery, Alabama, home to Alabama State University, as we look forward to hopefully Paine College being a part of something like that. It's a great experience for all the black colleges to have a chance to be exposed. And you talked about some of the meeting opportunities with some of the outstanding, the sponsors that have been on board with that, and some of the donors as well. So yes, great opportunity for a Black College Sports Network to have been a part of that from the inception. And want to thank our friends at Tyson Farms for their support, and definitely there's a freebie for you right there. So hopefully you guys take full advantage of that exposure here on the Black College Sports Network. Remember where your bread is buttered. So this is the top of the inning, and that one is lifted to center field and deep, but playable with the beat on it. The catch is made, and listen to that crowd.
Yeah, those Paine Lions are out here supporting this team, and everybody's looking forward to getting the second W with the clean sweep of this event.
Yeah, Chris Williams with the grab out there. McCoy was retired on the fly out to center. That brings up Joe Gaines. Gaines struck out his first time up. Correction, he singled his first time up, struck out his second plate appearance. So he's 1 for 2. And he hits one out to center. There's Chris going back, and he makes the catch again. So Williams retiring the first 2 hitters in the order. And that'll bring up the third place hitter in the lineup, Sloan. And we go 3 for 3. I know a lot of the Lion fans, especially those that are tied to Augusta over this many years, know about Laney High School. We talked about it last night during the boys and girls basketball team, the Laney team playing, as that one is hit out toward right field and playable. So 3 up and 3 down. We'll tell you about the Laney story when we return. We played 4.5 innings at SRP Park. The second annual HBCU Baseball Classic has belonged to Paine College, 9-3 in the first one, and they lead this one by 3 after 4.5.
At HBCUs, there's no limit to who we can be. Black and inspired and thriving. Black and magnetic and sing. From the classrooms to the quad, our passion is our purpose. We are leaders and legacy. So when you look at what we accomplish next, you'll know where it started. For who you are and who you want to be, we're here.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing, we've got your taxes. Intuit, TurboTax Live.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out Pizza the Hut.
It's like a loop machine.
When you work in IT, complaints are part of the job.
Bill says the coffee's weak today.
But since CDW helped us switch to Mac, everyone's happier. Dan from finance likes getting performance without a big price tag. Phoebe digs the power of the Apple M1 chip. Mac is easy to manage, compatible with all our apps, and came pre-configured by CDW. Now we're even getting compliments.
That was Bill again, says he loves his new Mac. He's right about the coffee.
Hey, babe, meet us at the bottom of the trail.
Oh, man. Hey.
Open up. The redesigned Chevy Silverado with a sophisticated high-tech interior.
Open the door.
It's easy to forget it's a truck. Nice truck.
It was.
Find new style. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Mr. Malone at the plate for the Lions to open up things. Bottom of the 5th inning, 7-inning game here, and a 5-2 lead for the Lions over the Tigers of Voorhees. Joel Malone, catcher, first baseman, the sophomore from Dominican Republic, at the plate. Singled his first time up and scored. Pops this one up into right field, but playable. Could be a collision. It is. The right fielder called for it. The aggressive second baseman going out. And fortunately for Tiger fans, the catch was made by the right fielder just before the collision took place. So a pop out from Malone brings up Fernandez, who homered his first plate appearance, a 2-run shot. He put the Lions on the board in the opening stanza. Struck out his second time up. So 1 for 2 for Fernandez. That one is call strike. Yeah, I'm going to actually correct myself. I said he played at 2, as that one is hit back to the pitcher. And I think he was out on the catch. So a line out back to the pitcher. That was a 3-run shot by Fernandez back in the first to give Paine the 3-0 lead, and then a solo shot by Guerrero extended it to 4-0 as they sent 6 batters to the plate. Make that 7 batters to the plate in the opening half inning. So now Guerrero, Mr. Solo Shot himself, with 2 outs, swings through that first one. Looking free and easy at the plate. That one in the dirt. To finish the story, I said about Laney, they were advanced tonight. As that one's hit high but playable to the shortstop. Ranging back in the short left field, he makes the grab to retire the side. So congratulations goes out to the Lions and also to the Wildcats of Laney, who are victorious. Many Laney Wildcat alum have matriculated at Paine over those many years. I know at least 10 of them that are friends of mine here in the Augusta area, and there's so many more. But even our public address announcer we had last night was a Laney grad, former athletic director for the school system as well, and did a fantastic job over those years. Coach Bailey, George Bailey, who loves PC 1 time, 2 times, and 3 times. We heard that. We had a dime for every time we heard PC 1 time, 2 times, and 3 times last night. But it was well worth it.
That is definitely their rally cry. That is definitely their rally cry.
Yeah, yeah. And it was good to hear it again. I hadn't heard it in quite some time. So since we've been doing the games, we hadn't had the public address announcer there in full effect. So
right, that's true.
So yeah, things have been coming together with the return of Sanford Lloyd as our sponsor for the Student Athlete of the Week. He's part of this broadcast as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Lloyd, for all you do for Paine College athletics. If you need a CPA, certified, he is your
Paine
man.
accountant?
Yeah. Yeah, certified Paine accountant. That would be your guy, Sanford Lloyd. Look him up on the World Wide Web, and he will square you away, get your taxes prepared, and also get your business in shape, making sure your dollars go in all the right places. Sanford Lloyd.
And we are at the top of the 6th now, are we?
Yeah, this will be the top of the 6th inning as Paine was retired in that last half. 1, 2, 3. 2 pop outs and a line out. Cruz will lead off the next half inning for us as Emmanuel Martinez continuing on the hill. A strong right-hander.
Now this might be a complete game for him then, isn't it? I think he started. He was our starter, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So he's handling his business. But to go back to finish off the thought, Paine and Laney kind of intertwined, not far from each other. And Laney in the first round of the state playoffs with a couple of Wonder Twins. I call them the Wonder Twins. They must have activated tonight. We sent Chris Martin, who was on the call with us yesterday, sent him down to Brantley County, way down in Dahanta. Didn't even know that existed in the state of Georgia, near Brunswick, a suburb of Brunswick. It's the county seat down there as well in Brantley County, and he went down and had the call on the radio side and did a great job. Of course, they were able to win that first round game, so they in all likelihood be headed to Macon on Friday or Saturday. I'll have that call for him, as that one is safe. The runner is safe at first as they throw it around the infield. They said he's out.
No, they said he was out. Okay.
And let's see.
Oh no, he's safe.
Okay. All right. I thought I saw the umpire punch him. Now I'm wondering why we're having a conversation if he's safe. But the Lions threw the ball around the infield like there was an out. You don't normally throw the ball around the infield.
Yeah, not at all.
And that tossing it around could allow the runner to move on. So I think there's going to be a conversation here. I think this is actually a challenge right here, or he asked for some additional support. Now, as you can imagine, these umpires have been out here for the entirety. They got here about 1:30 in the afternoon. The first game was at 4, and they've been here for the better part of 7 hours. Just 2 umpires. So,
well, I've been here since 10 o'clock.
Yeah, but you're not having to judge balls and strikes indoor.
Well, technically I am, but it's just not official.
Right. No pressure.
Right, and that's what I was about to say. Nobody's looking at me as if there's a problem.
There was certainly a problem on that one, I think. So we got the benefit of it, and that one's fouled right back. So you flinched that time.
I did, because it was, again, another one straight back. So they did call the player out.
Yes. To clarify that whole thing. So it's Ramos at the plate after Sharp was ruled out. And that one is slapped. And it's a fair ball. Nope. Called foul. He's coming back. Again, these officials have been out here. These umpires have been out here for a while, so they're a little slow when they're and deliberate with their calls. And sometimes I think you go like this when you mean to go like this. And folks can't see me, but I'm going the punch sign versus the safe sign. And that particular, the home plate umpire, that's his call down the line. He ruled it was foul and out of play. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 man out. And it's a strikeout. Or is it? No. So I'm completely confused now. Everybody's expression is like, let's get out of here.
That's exactly
I think that's where we've got the expression like, let's go. Let's go home.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you that that's where we are right now.
That's a strikeout. Just maybe harbinger of things to come as Ramos is retired. So 2 up and 2 down in the inning.
Ramos strong today. What year is he?
Who's that?
Ramos. His classification.
Ramos. Let's see what we got for Mr. Ramos. He is a freshman. Who are you referring to? The third baseman?
No, I guess it's 25. No, that's not who that is. The pitcher.
Oh, yeah. That's Emmanuel Martinez.
Martinez, okay.
And Martinez gives up a single to center field, and he's turning it quickly. Chris Williams gets it back in. So a 2-out single by Palmer keeps this inning alive. Second single of the game for Palmer. He grounded out and actually grounded a double play on his previous at bat. So he's 2 of 3 on the night in game 2 for Palmer. He was 0 for 3 in game 1. So the inning is still alive. And this is a big hitter at the plate now. If he goes yard, we'd have a 1-run game headed to the bottom of the 6th.
So I was slightly confused. On the mound for Paine, we have
Emmanuel Martinez,
who's done the complete game.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct. That one's lined over the second baseman's head, and that's a single. He's rounding second, headed toward third, picked up by the right fielder who will throw it into second, keep the runner at first. So runners at the corners with 2 outs as Martinez may be showing signs. You talked about the complete game. Remember, that's one of those unwritten rules in baseball. You don't talk about no-hitters. You don't talk about complete games. And the broadcasters, I'm not going to call it a C word, but the broadcaster's suggestion may have ruled the day here.
Not at all. He's going to get out of this one. He's done it the last couple of innings. He's been strong, even when in this type of position.
So Johnson's single brings Palmer to third as that one is lifted to deep left field, but playable. Oh, loses it. Dropped the ball. Lost it in the lights. He dropped it. Now the play at second is a force play to retire the side, but the run should score. As I think they're saying we got to get one across. That's what the head coach is asking for, Coach O'Neill. And let's see, they will score the run. So the run, it looks like he did give the signal. The run will score. The run scored before the player was out, so give one more run to Voorhees on the error by the left fielder who lost the ball in the lights. But in the inning, they score 1 run on 2 hits. There was an error, and there was 1 man left on. So we played 5.5 innings at SRP Park in North Augusta, South Carolina, the home of the Green Jackets. And it is your Paine College Lions leading this one by a score of 5-3. This is the HBCU Baseball Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing, we've got your taxes. Intuit, TurboTax Live.
T. Madden & Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden and Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients.
Call T. Madden & Associates at 833-PAID-123. That's 833-PAID-123.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out Pizza Hut.
So again, congratulations goes out to the Wildcats of Laney. I got the final score popped up on my timeline. 64-46 was the final score. The third seed out of Region 4 is Laney, and the second seed out of Region 3 was Brantley County. So Laney will advance and in all likelihood head to Central Macon for a matchup against that squad on Friday or Saturday. And again, I know Paine College was actively recruiting one of the stars for Laney, Kiera Turner, with an elite scores in the state of Georgia. Young lady averaging 28 points a game, along with 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 6 steals, and nearly 2 blocks a game for someone 5'9".
Wow.
Yeah, she's a player.
I expected to hear at least 6 foot out of that. That's a very impressive stat line.
Joshua Cruz leading things off. He lined out his first time up, grounded out his second plate appearance. Cruz with a home run in game number 1. He goes after that one. Also scored a run. Scored 2 runs. One of them got on a base on balls and made his way around.
I'm sure the Lions would like to try to add an insurance run or two.
Starts with your leadoff hitter. The 1-2 delivery. Popped foul. And out of play, that one is headed toward our cars over in the parking garage. I don't know if you got a chance to see what's on the other side of that large condominium out in left field, but there's a gorgeous golf course. 18-hole course right there along the river. I think they said 12 holes where water's in play. It's called the river course.
Okay.
It's all appropriate with 12 holes with water in play to be called the river course. Tough track for sure. I hadn't played it in several years, but my game is almost in shape enough to get back out there and try it again. The pitch. Oh, that's inside. I think it hit him, and it did. So Joshua Cruz hit by a pitch. In this series, this doubleheader, we've had several players hit by pitches. Not that it was any love lost here, but 4 batters hit by pitches between our 2 games. Sometimes you'll say it's early season jitters, you know, guys getting used to playing and also playing in this park with the big sight lines. Spacious center field. The pitch hit right back up the middle to the second baseman. Slow roller. He picks it up. Throws over the first for a double play. So the Tigers fortunate that their pitcher didn't grab that one. Rios. Had he done that, there might have been a problem. He wouldn't have been able to turn 2, I don't believe. So Alexander and Cruz were retired on the ground out double play by Alexander, and Lemos at the plate. That's Vladimir. Infield ground out his first time up. Got on board by way of a base on balls, his second plate appearance. Mentioned at the top of this one, Paine would love an insurance run as their lead, which was 4. That one taken inside, and he's hit. So I mentioned it. God makes me prophetic every now and again. Hit by a pitch. Second time in the inning. They got out of it the last time on a ground out double play. This time all they need is a force at second. So in this game, Voorhees with 5 hits, Paine with 4 hits, but Paine with 5 runs across. Both teams committing an error in the game. I think our score is accurate. We have 5-3, I believe, is the score, as that one's lined. And it's a single into right center field, rounding second, heading to third. As a stand-up double by the leadoff hitter, Danny Daza. Daza, I understand why Coach loves his game. He is a hitting star. Daza, first hit in this second game of the Twin Bill. But an RBI double and a single earlier in the game. He has a couple of RBIs in this doubleheader. As Paine looking in search of their 4th consecutive win. Have runners at second and third, 2 men out. In search of that insurance run. And I'm going to assume, based on the fact that they haven't changed the score, maybe they didn't allow the run to score. So it's still 5-2. Although my understanding of baseball, having played it in the college, is that would have been a run based on the fact that the run scored by way of the error by the left fielder. The run scored before the player was out at second base. So we'll have to check on that one with our official score as soon as we wrap up this inning. And there's another player that's a pass ball, and it leads to a run scored. Maybe a wild pitch might be committed there, but nope, he was hit by a pitch. So it was a hit by a pitch, which will send the runner down to first base, and then the runner scored by way of the wild pitch.
No, he looks like he's returning to third.
Oh, it was a dead ball because he was hit by the pitch.
Hit by the pitch, correct. But that loads the bases.
And another hit by pitch. 3 here in this inning. So you've got Lamos at second, Daza at third, the speedy Williams at first, as that one's tapped softly towards second. He tags the runner, and the ball is loose, but they said he is out at second. So
I was about to say, it was a force out. There were already 2 outs. So.
Right. So the force out happened at second base, but again, the umpire didn't give us the definitive punch to say he was out. He kind of did one of these.
Yeah, I'm tired. Let's go.
Yeah. But we're done with the half inning, and now we head to the final last licks opportunity, possibly for Voorhees as they trail in this one, and we'll find out the score when we return. We have 5-3. It could be 5-2. We'll tell you what's up next. Stay with us. This is the HBCU Baseball Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Verizon just gave us all a brand new iPhone 13.
We've been customers for years. I thought new phones were for new customers. We got iPhone 13s too, switched to Verizon 2 minutes ago.
Ours were busted, and we still got a shiny new one.
Check it out. So wait, everybody gets the same great deal?
I think that's the point.
iPhone 13 on us. For every customer. Current, new, everyone. On any unlimited plan, starting at just $35. All on the network more people rely on.
It's like a loot machine. Going around town trying to get down.
At HBC.
And welcome back to SRP Park here in North Augusta, which is in South Carolina. Not Augusta, Georgia, although it is next door. Or 3-6 or 2-6. We're getting the score verified here, but that is one out. Lions are 2 outs away from sweeping this contest. Apologize there for the slight break. Not really sure what happened there. That's going to be strike one. Short hopper right there. Oh, error is going to be given to the the shortstop, as he was kind of lackadaisical as he went up to get that one, and it rolled right past his glove. So that single is going to put a runner on first. Called strike one.
Again, the coach hasn't said anything.
And there's ball one, I believe.
Thank you for holding it down for me, my friend, as this one has perplexed the official score in the next room over. That one's hit toward second. This could be it.
Double play.
Turn and over. And they pound the gloves onto the turf as they have won the HBCU Classic, the second annual Paine College over the Tigers for the second consecutive night. Last night it was on the hardwood of the Heel Athletic Complex. This time on the diamond of SRP Park, as it was presented by the Murphy Auto Group. Fantastic effort by the Lions, and Kirby Marshall picks up a pair of wins. Big time victory in this one, and as they
rumor is PC 3 times. All right, nobody leave. Stop. Turn around. We got awards. We'll make it quick. I promise it's Augusta. There ain't no traffic. This is gonna be epic, nay, legendary.
Mike Murphy on the field giving out the final awards, as we want to congratulate both schools for being a part of this. So I want to thank you guys for being here for all of this, and it has been a pleasure having you with us as well. Again, the final score in game number one, it was 9-3 in favor of the Lions as they pulled out the victory in Game 1 and Game 2. As you see the final score, the correct final score, 5-3 in favor of the Lions as they took care of their hard-charging opponents from Voorhees for the victory. So congratulations goes out to the Lions. Remember, Lions basketball, the women will be at Allen University this coming Saturday as they wrap up the regular season. The men will be headed to the postseason in a week or so from now as well on the hardwood. Check with Coach Marshall for all the details, and of course PaineLions.com will have you everything you need. So more baseball action, more of everything coming your way sports wise. This is the Black College Sports Network. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage for